Hello, my name's Gregory Bell from Ray White Service Paradise. Thank you for viewing our video. Today's a discussion about the United States of America and Atlanta, Georgia, and owning property there and buying property. What I really want to cover today is just a brief story about how we got there. So Andrew and I decided 5 years ago that we would be keen to move into the US market. And we chose Atlanta, Georgia as the first port. So what we've done is open the first Ray White office in a foreign country. It takes 24 hours to get there. And you know, it's quite unique. We decided to run a property management business, and that property management business has been running now, as I said, 5 years. It's grown substantially. We manage hundreds and hundreds of properties for many international investors. In fact, they're all the way from 13 different nationalities, from England, Spain, throughout Italy, China, and Australia and New Zealand. So it's become a really successful business. Why did we choose Atlanta? Well, that's an interesting question. So the best answer I can give, it's the home of some of the biggest companies in America, Coca-Cola, Delta Airlines. The airport in Atlanta is the busiest in the world with 4 runways and thousands of flights a day. They've also got some of the most, the movie industry, for instance. There's more movies filmed in Atlanta, Georgia than there is in Hollywood itself. And Georgia is, 2-hour flying distance to 80% of the US population. So it makes it a great center. In fact, the population in that 5 years has grown by 2 million. So it's now at 8 million and over and growing. It is in the top 3, the fastest growing cities in the United States. So our future with Ray White and our business there is really cemented because we've got great team members. We've got great people who work there. And the purpose of today is to introduce you to our leading sales agent, Desiree. Desiree's come all the way from Atlanta to experience Australia for the first time. She wanted to see our operation here, see how we do things in Australia compared to America. And it's a great privilege for me to introduce our #1 agent in the United States, Desiree. Welcome to Australia. That's a pleasure. Tell me, why do you love Atlanta so much?
Well, I love Atlanta because we get to experience all 4 seasons. So it's great selling experience for us. 3 of those seasons are great in terms of buying and selling.
I understand it's the fastest growing city in the United States.
Yes.
What are the reasons why people are so attracted to move there?
Oh, price point and weather. So I think in terms of what you're looking to purchase, in terms of cost, we have it, so.
You've got some of the wealthiest and the richest companies in the world with their head offices in Atlanta, Coca-Cola, Delta Airlines, and so on. Why do those companies want to move there?
Tax break in the weather, and their money goes a long way.
I understand Atlanta's sort of 2-hour flying distance to 80% of the US population. So is that an advantage doing business?
It is.
It is. Tell me about the airport there. I understand it's the busiest in the world.
Yes, pack your patience when you come to the Atlanta airport. It is the busiest airport in the world, and you go quite a ways to get to your gate to and from.
Yeah, you've got four runways, but too.
Yes, we do.
Massive. Tell me, you've got a new stadium. I understand the Super Bowl is going to be there shortly.
February 2019.
And you've got the Mercedes-Benz Stadium now. Is it all ready for the Super Bowl?
We're ready. We have the Atlanta United playing right now, which is our soccer team. You call it football.
Yeah.
And we're very excited to have them.
And you've got 2 great teams and 2 great stadiums. Your baseball team, the Atlanta Braves, they've got a brand new stadium.
Absolutely, yes.
And all that's driven on infrastructure because population growth. You've got 8-odd million people there living there now. Since the time we started Ray White, which was 5 years ago, Desiree, you were the first person to come on board.
Yes.
So thank you so much for your loyalty and love. And Desiree heads up our sales team. And you've seen changes in that 5 years?
I have, and I was fortunate to experience each section of Ray White, from leasing, agent, some property management, and now sales.
Tell me, what's your perception of Ray White now coming to Australia?
Oh my goodness. My eyes are open into seeing what all Ray White has to offer.
Yeah,
Yes.
and our signs are pretty much everywhere.
Yes, they are. As a matter of fact, as soon as I got off the plane and I was in our car to get into our hotel, I saw nothing but Ray White signs, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was jumping out of my seat. Oh my gosh, there's Ray White everywhere. I was so excited to be a part of the company.
So you head up our sales over in America. How's the Atlanta market at the moment?
It's strong.
Is
and
it?
I see nothing but going up from here.
A lot of growth. What about the US economy? Is that what they report in the papers? Really strong, growing?
Yes, and it's getting better, absolutely. And employment, it's high, so things are happening, and a lot of people are coming to Atlanta.
And what's the expectation for the future in terms of property value growth? We're going to see, sort of moving up to 10% a year or on property growth, or further, or less?
The growth is happening, and it's like a train with no brakes. So it's really good. It's really popular with a lot of foreign investors because the dollar is so strong, and for what they're getting for the money that they're spending and purchasing, the homes are phenomenal.
And with rentals, because there's so many of your purchasers are investors, and
Yes.
we manage for 13 odd different countries, investors from all around the world. Mm-hmm. So tell me, are the rents growing?
The rents are increasing. They definitely are, yes.
Yeah, and what about the quality of tenants?
The quality of tenants are getting better, and actually how it works in Atlanta, the better the home, the better you get fetching rents,
Yeah.
and the better the tenants. We have long-term tenants that tend to stay around, which is a good profit.